Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and need to get a video out there that is dedicated to showing the exact rotation, the stats, the presets, and everything that go into my MythFu clan boss composition here, because I get asked about this every single day, and I never have a good resource to link them where it is all laid out. So that's exactly what we're going to do in this video. This is probably one of the most popular teams to use in the clan boss because it absolutely smashes a one key on Ultra Nightmare. Any affinity also works on Nightmare, Brutal, and all that type of stuff. So I will walk you through it. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first right out the gate, massive shout out to my good friend Deadwood Jedi, who I'll be hanging out with at TwitchCon here in a few weeks. But he actually took a couple hours to walk me through teaching me this composition and building it for me live on stream. It was a lot of fun to hang out with him and put this together. So definitely check out deadwoodjedi.com if you want a full breakdown of lots of different compositions. I'm just going to show you the one that I use because it's the one that people ask me about all the time. Like, hey, look at your clan boss team. How do I run that? What are the stats? All that stuff that I talked about in the intro. And yeah, because I've got it fully set up, I can just start a clan boss fight and it fully goes fully automated because of the custom AI presets that I have on there. And I can use RSL Helper to pop up some of the stats over there so you could get a full rundown of that. I will also include these images down below for you to download and look at them as you please on your end. But you can see some of the stats you want to get to. So Tervald is going to be the main damage dealer, and it revolves around one damage dealer and then four enablers, I call them. These are the people that enable the composition to work and be unkillable. And then we feature Tervald as the damage dealer, so you can see he is the lowest speed, but he has got the massive crit damage and massive attack of almost 6,300. So that will give you an idea of some of the stats that are you're going to want to just work towards hitting in the end game and work towards making this as a one key capable composition for every single affinity. And the main thing that people are going to be curious about is the team setup for the custom AI. That way you can always just start the team and it is fully functionable on auto, and you don't need to change anything or delay turns like we used to have to do back in the day. You used to have to kind of memorize the rotation of your first 2 or 3 turns or whatever was required to enable your composition. But now with custom AI added about a year ago or so, now we can finally just kind of set this stuff up to function every single time. So that is super handy. But we'll start with Fushan, who was the leader in my composition, and this is what it's going to look like right here. You just lock out the A2 and that's set the first team or the first turn to be shred. And then for Tervald, you're just going to set this right here. You got the opener and the one here on Ancestor's Power. Then for Seeker, opener right here on Devour, and then the one on Tailwind. Heiress, we're going to set the one on Exhortation. And then Demetha, this one, you want the delay. You want the 2 on Light of the Deep and the 1 on Channel the Bloodline. In the clan boss, we don't have to worry about different waves. Obviously, it is all one round. So as long as you get that set up for round 1, you should be good to go. As long as you are hitting the right stats and everything required to make the composition function. Then for the stats and masteries on the individual champions, we had Fushan as the leader because of his aura, making those different thresholds easier to hit. And that is the gear that I've got on the Fushan. You can see some of the broken set type stuff. We're just looking to hit the right parameters and we're able to one key easily. And then for the total stats, let me go ahead and just put myself away for a little bit. We'll talk about the total stats right there on the Fushan, and then the masteries for Fushan right there. Then for Tervald, you can see that we've got a lot of ignore defense. We're trying to make him hit super hard, and this is going to be the total stats right there on the Tervald and the masteries that I am using on Tervald right here. Next up was Seeker, and even though we had Tervald built as the big damage dealer, we still want our Seeker to do a little bit of damage here and there, so we stack a little bit of attack and crit rate and some ignore defense and stuff like that is perfectly fine on our Seeker. The total stats on the Seeker is right here, so you can see some of the speeds and all that stuff required, and then the masteries right here. For Eris, you can see that we have got her in the Toxic set to place those poisons, and the total stats are right here on our Eris, the 261 speed right there, and the Masteries are right here on Eris. Then lastly, we have got our Demetha in a bunch of speed gear because we do need to get to the 291 speed on the Demetha, and then the Masteries on our Demetha are right here. So there we go, a quick short one that I've been meaning to do for a while. That way, anytime someone asks me about this, I've got an actual quick and easy to understand resource that I can send them. I did have the full video, like the highlights of Deadwood and I building this team, but this will be a lot more streamlined for people to aspire to when they are trying to build a composition like this. And like I said, there's a full breakdown on some of these different compositions and exactly what goes into them and possible replacements and stuff like that on deadwoodjedi.com, his amazing website that he puts together for all sorts of different compositions. And you know what, while I'm here, why not just pull this up and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So the composition that I'm talking about in this video, I'll link down below to Deadwood's site where you can see more of a text breakdown of it over on his website, and you can see the enablers right here. You've got the Demetha, Eris, Fushan, Seeker, and then the DPS spot is going to be a flex spot where you saw me using Turvald, and I think he's a great damage unit for this. At some point, I want to get to a top 10 flex Demon Lord DPSers. That'd be a good video to do here on the channel and get some collaboration and different opinions from different content creators and stuff. So I will get to work on theory crafting that and get that out here on the channel soon as well. But yeah, I'll link to this down below if you want to pull up Deadwood Jedi's take on this composition as well. Yeah, that'll do it for me on this one. And again, here is the stats. If you want those pulled up, I will link to this image down below. The main thing to take note of is kind of like the speed requirements and the damage requirements to hit like the 1 key. So you'll see the Fushan at 186, the Turvald at 169, the Seeker at 185, the Eris at 261, and the Demetha at 291. The Demetha at 291 is going to be the toughest one to get built. That's why you can see the 3 speed sets to get that 291 speed on someone that you're not using in the arena or something like that. It's a lot easier when it's someone like a Lysandra or an Arbiter that you'll be using in your arena compositions or something like that. This is going to be side gear to get someone up to 291 to unlock it. And then the different requirements, you can see I didn't even book my Fushan. He is just baseline because he's mostly just an enabler, and then Turvald is the one that we need fully cracked out to do insane amounts of damage. So yeah, hopefully this helped you if you're looking for one of the best clan boss compositions to build, in my opinion. It is a very high quality of life, every affinity, easy 1 key on Ultra Nightmare once you get decent gear and get it set up. And it's mostly accessible legendaries. There is a Void legendary in there, but Turvald is replaceable. And then other than that, we've got rares and epics and Fushan in there as a legacy legendary, going to be a lot more realistic to attain as well. But yeah, anyway, that is my clan boss composition, and this way I have it as a resource here on the channel for anybody that's curious about the team that I'm running, why I'm running it, and exactly a streamlined version of what goes into it. So as always, thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I will see you soon in the next video. Peace.